Hey guys, Colby with Advantage Plumbing, Heating and Air. Have you ever wondered what the inside of your water heater looks like? Today we're going to cut this one open to show you. Alright, so now that we got this water heater cut open, you got the outer shell here, got about an inch of insulation, keep the temperature inside the tank. Inner wall, this tube here, whenever it's heating up, the gas is flowing through there, then it'll come through the top here and go out your flue pipe. A lot of times what happens on these water heaters is if you got hard water, sediment in the water, it'll go down to the bottom of this tank. On an older one like this, I mean, we see it at all different levels. It really just depends on the water quality inside the home. But if you got all that sediment in the bottom, when this is heating up, it's got to heat through all that sediment before it actually starts heating the water inside the tank. So that's a lot of problems people run into when they get older. You got so much sediment in there. Not only is it taken away from the capacity of the water heater, it's going to take a little bit longer to heat up when you do run out of hot water. This one didn't look to have too much sediment in it, but like I said, we've been to ones where it's actually hard to get out of a basement or something like that because so much sediment in it. And then another thing, when you get all that sediment inside the water heater, this is your drain port right here. So if we were coming in to change it and had to drain it, or service it and had to drain it, when they get to this age, you'll open this up, nothing will come out, and it's because of all that sediment packing in this drain port. And then you got to use something to poke it out, or you got to take the drain port all the way out just in order to get the water out so we can get it out of the home. Once you get that sediment in there, makes it past the water heater, gets to all your fixtures, like your faucets, your cartridges in your shower valves and the faucets, the supply lines, all your angle stops under your sinks and stuff like that. Sediment can build up in the aerator on your faucet, which will make it seem like you got low water pressure, but it's really just so much sediment in the aerator of your faucet that it's not allowing the water to flow through properly. And that's basically what can happen on the inside of the water heater too. Another thing that can happen is, so this is your cold side on your water heater. When the water's flowing in, if all that sediment's in there, it's getting kicked around as water's coming in, and we've actually seen it clog up the union here as it's trying to go out to your hot line. Yeah, so what you're seeing here is all that sediment that is stuck to the bottom of the tank. As you can see on the sides, it didn't get too bad. This right here is your gas valve, and if this gets sediment built up all on it, like this stuff here, if it gets packed all around there, it's going to take a little bit longer to heat because it's trying to heat up basically rock before it gets to that water. So if this gets a bunch of sediment packed around it, basically what's going to happen is the heater is going to have to work harder to heat up all that sediment before it actually starts heating the water, and then it's going to cause issues with your water heater because it'll overheat. So this is inside the top of your water heater. This is a dip tube, so when your cold water comes in, it pushes it to the bottom. That way you're still getting hot to the hot outlet, which is right here. And as you can see, it's gotten pretty corroded over time. It's not going to allow full flow. And then right here is where your anode rod should be. It's completely corroded off. And then this here is the temperature and pressure release valve, which is right here. This can be why your water heater is harder to drain, all that sediment getting built up in that drain port. One would be draining it, flushing it out, getting all that sediment out of the bottom. If the water heater is a little too far gone, that might not be an option. You could replace the water heater, but then the problem still lies there. A lot of times what we like to recommend is installing some sort of water softener or water filtration system inside the home. That way the water will be going through your filtration system before it even makes it to the water heater or any of your fixtures. So you shouldn't really have to deal with nearly as much sediment or hardness of the water, because if the water's super hard, it can also rot out the tanks. You see them rot out a lot at the bottom. So if this is a problem you're dealing with, I would recommend looking into water filtration, water softeners, in order to make your tank last a little bit longer, as well as all the fixtures inside your home. Of course, no one would ever cut their water heater to see what's inside, but we just wanted to cut it open and show you what's all going inside your tank in order for you to get a little bit better knowledge and a little better understanding for if we ever come out to your home and we're explaining these things to you. This is a good video demonstration on that.